This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Your time is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday in the morning sprint.
Allison Martinez is live at Barn and Blossom to share how you can celebrate your mom for Mother's Day this weekend and, of course, grow your garden.
Cloudy and windy today, but we're expecting a big warm-up soon. Mark has your forecast just ahead.
But first, Israeli forces say they have seized control of the Palestinian side of the Rafah border crossing in Gaza. Let's get over to Sydney Charles with those breaking details.
Saying it launched a ground and air operation in part of eastern Rafah last night into this morning. The Rafah border crossing is a vital entry point for much needed aid. IDF officials say about 20 terrorists were killed in the latest attacks and 3 tunnels located. Gaza residents also say Israel dropped new leaflets today warning people to leave parts of Rafah. The latest details on the new strikes is coming up next on Good Morning America.
Filed charges in the case of racial harassment against the University of Utah women's basketball team while they stayed in Coeur d'Alene during the NCAA tournament. According to the charging decision from the Coeur d'Alene City Prosecutor's Office, an 18-year-old Post Falls high school student confessed to yelling the racial slur at the team. We are not naming him because he has not been charged with a crime. The prosecutor says the decision not to file charges is because the use of racial slurs could not meet the legal requirements for any of the narrow categories of unprotected speech. To read a full statement from the prosecuting attorney in this case, find this story on KXLY.com.
Well, these are the 2 Moses Lake police officers who shot at a suspect Saturday night. Sergeant Adam Monroe and Officer Todd Taylor. Sergeant Monroe is recovering from a gunshot wound through the foot. Police say the officers were checking on a domestic disturbance at Motel 6 when they exchanged gunfire with 37-year-old Zachary Stockton. Sergeant Monroe and Stockton were taken to the hospital. Stockton was treated and then released into police custody. It's still not clear what exactly led up to that shooting. The case is now in the hands of the Central Basin Investigation Team.
As we look at our forecast, it is a chilly morning when we look at the winds and the temperatures. It feels like 29 in Deer Park, feels like 26 at Fairchild, and even in Liberty Lake, it feels like it's freezing. So, yeah, wear those light layers. We're going to see the chance of a few scattered showers coming in this afternoon, and then it'll be mountain showers after that. Our high today under clouds, high of 60.
Spokane County Treasurer and former state senator Michael Baumgartner has officially filed to run for Congress. He's running for Washington's 5th district seat currently held by Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers. She will not seek re-election following her 10th term in Congress.
The Spokane City Council is discussing a new ordinance to better protect renters during dangerous heat waves, like the one that killed 19 people back in 2021. Now, one study on Spokane says addressing extreme heat is a public policy issue, and that one that impacts the most vulnerable in our community. The ordinance says on days when the National Weather Service has predicted a heat-related alert, a landlord cannot prohibit or restrict a tenant from installing or using a portable cooling device.
Headaches will continue for drivers today on Monroe Street between Francis and Kiernan. Crews will remove old asphalt and pour new asphalt. It'll reduce that stretch of Monroe to 1 lane in each direction. This project isn't expected to finish until September or October. And the same type of work is happening on Magnesium Road, closing some lanes between Division and Nevada in North Spokane. This project will last until May 16th. And as always, drivers are encouraged to slow down, follow detours, and support the businesses impacted by these projects.
You will soon be seeing some new parking meters in downtown Spokane. Crews are replacing 200 dual space meters with 400 individual space meters. The new meters are meant to help streamline the current parking space reservation process and improve your experience.
This morning, I'm at Barn and Blossom. This nursery feels like a bit of Green Bluff tucked into Spokane's South Hill. It's a nursery with any plant you can think of, a event venue, and an Airbnb. This weekend, you can come out for their Mother's Day celebration. There will be food trucks, music, and of course, all of the beauties of Barn and Blossom. For more information, you can head over to our website, KXLY.com.
For the first time on camera, a former roommate of the students murdered at the University of Idaho shared her story. Ashlyn Couch moved to 1122 King Road with Kaylee Gonsalves and Madison Mogan in 2020. She moved out of the house 6 months before the murders. In an emotional interview, Ashlyn also tells us the moment she found out her best friends were killed. Plus, her new life mission after the tragedy in the house she called home. Join us for this exclusive story tonight on 4 News Now at 6. A last check of weather after this.